Hi, welcome to That's Based. It is our Wednesday show, the midweek show. I'm your host, as always, Caleb Salvatore, reporting from somewhere underground. We're laughing our way through the end of the day. It's brought to you by Outlaw Streamers Live 365 on Chris Baker Radio and our friends over at Firecracker Farms. If you go to firecracker.farm, not .com, .org, or .net, and you use the promo code BASED, you're going to save 10% off your order at the checkout. They've got this great product called the Hot Salt. My wife just put it on our goulash that we were eating out there. Hot salt's a combination of Mediterranean sea salt, scorpion pepper, Carolina Reaper, and ghost pepper. It is fantastic. It goes great on everything. It's made right here in the U.S. of A., so you don't have to worry about tariffs or any of that other crap. No Chinese chemicals in your food. It's on a family farm, I believe in North Carolina. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but it's here in the U.S. of A. And if you go to firecracker.farm with the promo code BASE, you'll save 10% off your order at the checkout. All right, well, we have got a guest on this week for our midweek show. It's a guy who's been on the show a number of times. You all know Rico St. He's running for lieutenant governor out in Ohio as a Democrat, so I'm going to bring him in here. How's it going, bro?
Woo! What's going on, everybody? Doing great. Last time I was on your show, I was like 110% wrong about the election. And I'm okay. A man, and I can own up to that.
That's okay. I appreciate that. We've all been wrong, you know. It's shit happens. Shit happens. But so what all's new, dude? What's new with you?
Yeah, man. So I've been ripping and running around the state trying to run for like governor and like lieutenant governor, trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. And like what I really figured out is that, especially I figured out why Democrats lose all the time in a place like Ohio.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with gerrymandering or anything to do with anything of that. It has everything to do with the fact that I was 100% wrong with the last elections. Democrats run sucky candidates. And on top of that, they have such terrible infrastructure as far as messaging and everything you can think of when it comes to politics.
So what's weird to me is it seems like the Democrats, I agree on the messaging and the candidates, but like when we talk infrastructure, it seems like the fundraising is there, the connections are there. They seem to have like a political machine, especially with these social media activists that kind of recite the same talking points and get them across to different demographics. What do you think's lacking there? Why is there such a disconnect between like the actual machine and the infrastructure in terms of what their messaging is?
Because the machine absolutely never touches grass.
That's
true.
The
machine stays online all day long.
True.
They look you in the face and go, yeah, I'm terminally online.
Yeah.
They don't actually understand like real life situations or real life issues because they're always online.
Yeah.
So like the fundraising goes like this. If you put a candidate up at the, let's say, president level, right? Democrats often have high dollar donors who are always going to put money into the candidates, and that's great. But that don't necessarily turn into votes. It didn't. I mean, Harris broke the records as far as fundraising in 107 days and got dog walked in 7 swing states.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's, they had all the money, they had all the backing, but I agree, the message wasn't there. And that was actually my big criticism of the Republicans back in 2022 when they had that really underwhelming midterm performance. And I was telling everybody, you had all these people on the right talking about how it's going to be this big red wave. And I go, guys, we don't have a message. Our message is we're not Biden, and that doesn't work. And I see a lot of similarities with the way the Democrats are going into 2026 with how the Republicans were in 2022, where they just kind of think they have it in the bag because the guy in office is unpopular and we can just kind of throw our helmets out on the field and win the game. I don't think that's going to work.
So a lot of Democrats like to use ChatGPT the same way that Kanye West's ex-wife uses it, very stupidly.
Yeah.
So like the way that Democrats look at elections is they look at it as it's all one thing all the time. The thing is that elections and voters are not monolithic. They're not. Everybody's different. Every election changes. Every variable in every election changes, regardless if you run the exact two same candidates at the exact two same positions in the exact two same elections. It's a whole new year with whole new history that has unfolded. Democrats, for some reason, are still stuck in 2008. And I don't understand that because of Obama. The magic that they felt that day has never left their mind, and they swear you can copy and paste that same appeal that Obama has to any candidate, and it just doesn't work that way.
And Republicans were stuck doing that with Reagan for a long time, with trying to copy paste Ronald Reagan.
And they were, and like honestly, they kind of they kind of like fumbled the ball into the end zone and scored the touchdown, which George W. Bush versus Al Gore.
Yeah.
Like Al Gore across the metric should have been president.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why is because people were like, somebody else will vote for him. And like that didn't happen. And we get Bush. And so like that's another thing where Democrats fail to realize is that there's a giant disconnect with like their male voters, right? So like white male voters between the ages of like 18 and 34 hate Democrats, hate everything Democrat, hate everything blue. Democrats don't understand that. They go, why do they hate us? And I go, well, it's you guys. Like Democrats have a messenger, and an authenticity problem, and they don't seem to understand it.
You don't think Newsom's the answer to your authenticity?
No, you know who is? Oh, I do have an answer.
Who's
His name is Andy Beshear in Kentucky.
Yeah.
A two-time Democrat governor of the state of Kentucky who has had nothing but Republican legislators in both the House and the Senate, but somehow takes care of Kentucky with no problem.
Yeah, he gets stuff done down there.
He does. He really does. And the people love him for that because he's honest and truthful with people. And it's okay to make mistakes. Like that's why I, came onto the show going, yo, man, last time I was on here was wrong, because most people cannot go, hey, I was wrong. Everybody wants to either be first or be right after the fact and be like, well, I was right.
Well, hindsight's 2020 action there. Yeah, we played a clip on the show a couple weeks ago, and I just think it perfectly encapsulated what the problem is with today's Democrat Party. It was a song that someone I knew shared to like Facebook or something like that. And it's a guy, he's like a folk singer. I don't remember what the guy's name is, but he's singing. It was around Halloween time. And do you know what I'm talking about? Or no? Oh, okay, you were laughing like you knew who I was.
I don't, but like that sounds on brand for like, okay. So I have a word for them. I call them Agams. It's MAGA in reverse. Agams.
Yeah. I like that.
Agams in reverse, because they're doing everything that stupid MAGAs did when they lost. They're going around I'm not making this up, Project 2026 pamphlets and passing them out to people. I promise you, bro, I'm going to send you all these stupid pictures from all these. I have been going around like an undercover agent to all the most progressively liberal things to try and figure out if they might have the answer. Not that I care, but I've been to them 51 Planet Organization meetings, man, and they are the dumbest things you can think of. Like,
it's unhinged. It is. I went undercover to the No Kings rally back around 4th of July with a friend of mine that runs a news site, and he wanted to write some stories, and I'm like, he said, I do not want to go to this thing alone. Will you come with me? And I'm like, I'll take some pictures. My brother, they are the lunatic fringe. I'm not going to say it's the majority of them, but it's a big enough percentage now that it's a real problem. I had a guy walk up to me. Mind you, I'm in a Limp Bizkit t-shirt. I'm not wearing anything political, nothing, right? Yeah. Guy walks up to me and says, hey, we don't like that Nazi shit around here. And I went, are you talking about Fred Durst? And he goes, no, that shit around your neck. And I looked down. Dude, I had a St. Patrick pendant on because I'm a Catholic, and a crucifix around my neck. I went, are you talking about this? And he goes, yeah, that's Nazi stuff. I went, this is a Catholic pendant. He goes, oh, it's the same thing. And I'm like, all right, dude, you have a good day. And he just walks away. And I'm like, you're going to walk up to a guy who's not causing a scene. He's just chilling, and tell him he's a Nazi because he has a Catholic pendant around his neck. That's your problem. That shit may play on Reddit, but the average dude is going to be so alienated by that.
Yes, very much so. Like, okay, so I got a bone to pick with this whole like no kings protest and blah blah blah, right? So I'm a man who likes to listen to music, and a great artist once said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And so like I swear that all these people you see at these no kings protests and all this other nonsense, right? You think it'd be some kind of tangible like translation of like some kind of political move, right? So they have this thing where they're saying that 3.5% of any given population can overthrow a government. And I go, where's this math coming from? So this math coming from some person out of Harvard that came up with this thing. And I go, wait, let me stop. 3.5% of any given population can take over any tyrannical government. Weird how like Ukraine's still at war with Russia almost 4 years later.
Right.
Like
That's,
it's
think of that.
okay, so like let's start playing with some math. Okay, so these people keep screaming that there was like what 10 million people to go to these No Kings protests or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not like the biggest math guy because like I didn't take any math in college. So like if 10% of the, or at least 10 million people came out to these No Kings protests, and there's 330 million people in America, pretty sure that's got to be bigger than 3.5% of the population. So I'm wondering why they keep screaming Trump's still tyrannical, but yet they can go out in all these protests and go out to all these elections and win in landslides.
Yeah.
On election day, but yet less than a week later, you have Democrats going, all right, we've had the government shut down long enough. We need to fix this problem. Just for those same people to go, we need to primary all of them.
All of them. Dude, I was looking at the 8 Democrats that signed on to the shutdown killer bill. I mean, I'm looking at you could probably get away with the guy in Illinois. For Angus King's not even a Democrat. He's an independent. So he's just getting thrown in there for no reason. He's catching strays.
For no reason.
And then you've got, I'm looking at the other, you've got Fetterman, and then you've got 2 in New Hampshire and 2 in Nevada. And I'm like, dude, what you guys don't get is we have this issue in Nebraska's 2nd district is we have a lot of people that get upset that the candidates we nominate aren't on the Republican side, aren't far enough to the right. And it's kind of like, okay, I get it, but we're not going to win any further to the right than the 2 we've got right now. And it's kind of the same thing, but reverse over there. In states like New Hampshire and Nevada, you can't go that much further to the left than what they've already got in those senators and still win. It's so, like
the beauty of how like the shutdown killer bill occurred is all 8 of them people can't vote them out of office. They're either retiring or you can't touch them until 2030.
Yeah. Fetterman. Yeah.
Is the art of politics in the Senate. Or in the House, you can yell all that stupid nonsense that Hakeem Jeffries, or as I like to call him, loser light skin Obama, all he wants down at the House. But in the Senate, Fetterman has been 110% right as the only sole Democrat that's been up there yelling, hey man, this shutdown is directly impacting people's lives right now. Don't get me wrong, healthcare subsidies aren't important, but guess what's more important? Getting people's paychecks right now.
Yeah.
And so like now you have a schism in the Democrat Party where you have someone like me who is a moderate, a through and through moderate, where I go, I'm basically like an umpire at a nice softball game. Called balls and strikes. You give me a beer, I'll drink it. That's it. Like, that's it, man. But no, you know who's in charge of my party? The most progressive losers you can think of. And boy, I hope they see my face and get mad when they hear this, because it's true. These losers need to get out of the way and let real people like me lead. Somebody who's been blown up in combat, but also saved people's lives in combat and understands that you have to make hard decisions for people to survive.
It is that it really does seem like a problem with the Democrat Party as you look at the people that, and I'm not even necessarily talking about the candidates. I'm talking about the people that are like the party chairs and like the lead activists and the organizers, the ones who are leading things from behind the scenes. And it's a bunch of theater kids that, like you said, are terminally online. They don't go outside and talk to people. They don't, like, you and I can sit here and have a conversation and I can tell that this isn't a performance. Like, you're just talking to me like a human. Whereas these people, they come on and, you know, they've got the same 5 talking points already rehearsed. And I would challenge people. You got midterm elections coming up next year. Pick a candidate. It doesn't matter what party they're in. Pick a candidate. And then follow all of their media, their interviews. And I guarantee you're going to hear them say the exact same things verbatim at least 3 to 4 times because it's all rehearsed.
Speaking of party chairs, here in the state of Ohio.
Oh, you got beef with one, don't you?
Oh, a couple. Not just one, a couple. So, like, all right. I'm running for office to try and figure out, like, what's the whole mess about? Like, how can Democrats repeatedly have loser after loser go up here and lose when I have to go vote and I go, well, you know, DeWine's not a bad person. He's not. So I'm going to vote for Governor DeWine, which I have. But also I can turn around and look at Vivek and go, how is he so bad? What's he really screaming at so bad that makes Democrat go, no. I go, he's a young person of color. Ain't that your whole target audience?
Right.
He's under 40. Ain't that your whole target audience? Like, why do you hate this dude? Because he's on the side of Trump. And I go, yeah man, Trump in charge. You got to work with this man. There have been plenty of people I didn't work with that I don't like, that I got to swallow my pride and go, hey, he's the boss. He's in charge.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
man, I can shit talk this person the moment I get in my car.
Yeah.
But the moment I get out and I have to walk into the office and I look him in the eye and I know he's in charge, I go, yeah, he's in charge. We got to follow this man's orders.
That's exactly how it works. And I don't understand why that's so difficult. I mean, like, I understand you don't. I understand it's almost become like a team sport and you're trying to score points on the other guy and stuff like that. But, this isn't a game. These are, I mean, it's like with the shutdown, there's millions of people's lives were at stake here. That how many people do you know that can afford to miss more than 1 or 2 paychecks? Not very many. And again, it just shows the disconnect. I mean, I personally think that not only should Congress not get paid during the shutdown, I don't think the staffers should get paid either. So they can go look the people that work for them in the eye every single day and say, yeah, you're not getting paid because of me. Sorry, I think that would make it a little bit more direct.
I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But to the Democrat, like, why they can't ever see the issue? One is because it's a pie approach. Like, every problem in life is a pie approach. It's not just one thing. It's a pie, It's
right.
Several things, but one also a big thing.
Right.
Democrats, throughout this whole government shutdown, I would go on Facebook and go, hey, man, Democrats have culture. And I kept saying that, and I don't think anybody understood what I was saying.
Cloture or culture?
Culture.
Oh, okay.
All right. So in 1975, a law was passed in the Senate that established this culture law. Basically, what it means is that, like, the majority party in the Senate could not railroad the minority party in the Senate no longer. And this gave them some kind of leverage to push back, because the whole premise of the Constitution is to protect the rights of the minority party from the overreach of the majority party.
Yep.
That is almost word for word with what Thomas Jefferson and what Hamilton said, right? So now you have this party that legitimately doesn't want to work with nobody. And if it's not their way, if it's not exactly their way, you're a bigot. You're a Nazi. You're all these words that they scream, but yet you turn around and crack a then they joke at you and they want to sue you. And I'm like, wait, man, where's the lines at? You want to cancel Dave Chappelle because he made trans jokes about his trans friend. Yeah. But yet, when a veteran looks you in the face, you go, oh, I don't like veterans. I never have. And
you were told that?
Oh, dude, by a party chair.
By a party in Ohio?
Yes.
A party chair told you that.
Yes.
I don't know if you can say their name because it might get us sued. But anyway, you can elaborate on what happened. I'd love to hear.
Oh, man, I'll give you a couple stories. So, like, there's this one person. We're not going to name her names, but we're going to call her leathery football face lady.
Leatherface. There you go.
Yep, leathery football face lady, right? So leathery football face lady is a secretary. Secretary. I can't say where, but she's up there in the party.
Yeah.
And when I was running around giving my speeches out in the rural areas, I tried talking to her, and she's like, "No, I don't care what you have to say." Yeah. And I go, well, "Why?" She goes, I just, you're not my candidate. I don't support you. And I go, well, I'm a combat veteran. She goes, I don't care. I don't support the military. I never have.
Wow.
And I go, wait, what?
And this is party brass. This is not some loser on Twitter.
No, man. This is the Democrat Party. I've had people look me in the eye and go, yeah, I never cared about military. Oh, but boy, they're always screaming, yo, Black Lives Matter. And I go, do it really?
Yeah.
Or is it just a talking point? Like, man, you want to know why people are so disinterested with Democrats? Because them people are frauds. If the Democrats were football players, they all would be Josh Allens right now. Like, they look good on paper, but boy, you put them under a pressure situation and they fold.
Baker Mayfield's, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, we're not talking about Baker. Baker balling, all right? Like, we praise Baker in this house. All right,
I'm just going, hey, Patriots got him, so I'm taking the victory lap.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I love Baker, but he had to lose yesterday.
Yes,
but
correct.
Democrats, they are the meanest people. Case in point, I got an award from the president, right? Mm-hmm. You know what these fuckers said to me?
What's that?
Which president?
Oh, you got awards from both.
Yeah, but they were like, which one? And I go, wait, I got an award from the president. And they kept going, which one? And my wife pointed out, she goes, why does it matter? It's from the president. And then people go, if it's from Trump, we don't care.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
And
Yeah.
what you were doing, what you got an award for, was not political at all.
No.
It wasn't. It's like a thing that whether you're on the right or the left or the center, everyone can agree that what you were getting an award for was a good thing. You can elaborate what it was if you want to. I'm not gonna.
So like, okay, I won back. So I'm a 2-time volunteer presidential award winner. I received one from Joe Biden, and yes, it was auto pen.
Hey, you said it, not me.
and yes, I received one from Trump, but because of the government shutdown, it really wasn't from Trump.
Oh yeah.
So like, it's cool because I got them from both. Anyways, the award is for I run a free daycare / summer camp with my wife called Camp Sunshine. This is because one day we were out on our porch and there was a kid running in the neighborhood, and this kid had to be like 2 years old, and it almost got hit by a car. I got up, ran, and saved this kid from getting hit by a car. And I go, hey, man, I should do something. And my neighbor, she was like, hey, Rico, I saw you save this baby from getting hit by a car. Can you watch my special needs child while I go to work? I go, yeah, sure, no problem. She goes, I'll pay you. I go, no. It's, I'll take care of him. Mm-hmm. And she goes, oh, cool. We got Rico Daycare. And I was like, I don't like that name, but, let's roll with it. So, like, after a while, I got to come up with a better name because Rico's Daycare just doesn't roll off the tongue naturally.
No.
So I came up with Camp Sunshine, and this is a throwback to my top secret deployment. Remember when I fell off the face of the planet for about a year?
Yeah.
So that deployment was to Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was at the real Camp Sunshine. I can't say anything else, but I was down at the real Camp Sunshine, and that's kind of where that name comes back.
Do you waterboard the kids when they misbehave?
No, we shoot them with airsoft guns.
Okay.
Yeah. You think I'm joking or not? So like at and gel blasters, yeah. And so like at Camp Sunshine, what we do is like it's for all the kids in the neighborhood. So there's about like 30 kids, and so like we help them with their homework. We also give them something to do. We started Camp Sunshine Blizzarderie, a patisserie. So it's a little pop-up bake stand. So I read all the laws. And so I had these kids out here in the fall. We were baking the goods and they were selling them. Mm-hmm. And so they made like $500 in like 2 weeks. Like one kid bought himself a scooter and all this other stuff.
Oh, nice.
So we teach them like entrepreneurship, but also like we teach them, good time. So like we let them take that money, whatever they want. And that money will go out to like theme parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or we'll buy video games and just kind of hang out here. But yeah, the parents love it. They're always trying to pay us, but we don't take money. So they give us baked goods, and I'm always down to take baked goods.
So this is like canonized as a saint type stuff, and someone tried to make this political.
Yeah, man. So like for real, like both like this thing, everybody loves it. So I like Camp Sunshine's won awards from the University of Cincinnati, the Ohio State House, and like the White House. So it's nothing that like we also won awards from the Bengals. Shout out to the Bengals. They gave my wife a free roof for our house because she's an amazing war hero. But I digress.
That's my brother's team.
Hey, Cincinnati's an amazing place. Just simple shout out. It really is. The politics here suck, but it's an amazing place. If you ever want to come to Cincinnati, come here. I will show you a good time, and we'll eat Skyline. It's amazing.
But, you know what? I think me and my brother are going to pop up there for a Bengals game sometime.
You should come to the Pats Bengals game. It's a direct flight to most places from CVG. 2, these tickets are hella cheap because the Bengals ain't doing too great.
They suck. Yeah, see, I have something I have to be in town for that weekend. Otherwise, I would probably go with him. But yeah.
That's fair. But like the politics of like the Democrat Party in Ohio sucks because they're ran by like the oldest people you can think of and the most progressively gay people you can think of. Like I'm not making this up. People who don't clap, but they do this.
Oh no!
Yeah, man. Like these people, like you ask them, "Hey, man, y'all do anything for Veterans Day?" They go, "No," but turn around and have a Pride event in November.
Yeah,
which I'm like, dude, I don't.
So how did this? Because they didn't always used to be like this. I'm old enough to remember the Clinton Democrats and everything. How did this institutional rot just slowly take over from the inside out?
When Donald Trump became the president of these United States. Remember that lady who freaked out at the White House?
Screaming in the air. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she's the chair of some party now.
Oh, so he really did just break people's brains.
Look, man, when he got elected, I wasn't happy. I wasn't, man, because I like all the, like in 2016, all the things that he did, I was like, I can't vote for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I grit my teeth and voted for Hillary and I go, hope you win.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't stump my feet or anything. I go, hey, man, Donald Trump's president. I welcome his president and his administration with open arms. Yep. You know why? Because he's the president.
Yeah.
Like, why would I want the president to do bad? Do I think Russia got involved with American politics? No, I think just Americans are that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But seriously, not one single Russian came and switched to vote. Nope. But you know what? Trump lost an election in 2020 because of COVID and how he handled it.
Yeah, but, I think like Russia and Chinese assets certainly try to rile people up. No, they don't come and switch votes or anything like that.
But it's no different. It's no different than what we do with anybody else's election.
We do it to them.
Yeah, and it's all fair game now because nobody can actually individually change a vote. But man, I can definitely put my endorsement behind somebody and go, wow, this dude's backing this guy. Maybe I should too. Did Elon Musk's millions of dollars change the outcome of the election? No. Them people were already voting for Trump.
Yeah.
Musk was just giving people money.
I don't think Elon moved the needle quite as much as people think he did. Nope. I think he helped, but I don't think Trump loses like if Elon doesn't throw his name. Because here's my thing is for everyone that Elon might have brought on, I think Elon creeps me out, man. He
always has.
The whole tech, not just Elon though. Like there's that fucking picture from the inauguration where you've got Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos, and the guy from Google. They're all four, and Thiel. All five of them are sitting right there, and it's like you're looking over like these tech overlords, and it's like you guys were all borderline socialist a couple of years ago. Now you're on board with the MAGA thing. Oh no, you don't have values. You don't have beliefs. You just want access to power. That's what this is. They all creep me out. So I don't know. That's just my diatribe about the tech guys. So
I have a term for this era we're in. I call it the stupid tech bro dark ages.
Yeah.
And the reason why I call it that is because tech bros want to keep you online as much as possible.
Yes.
Case in point, one of the party chairs here in Ohio told me for every, like on Facebook, for every comment that he gets is 1 cent. And I go, what? He goes, yeah. If you look on somebody's Facebook feed and you see if it says public figure and it says like entrepreneur or digital creator or whatever, they get paid content now. That's why if you look at your Facebook feed, it's all this garbage on that at my page.
It's AI slop. Yeah.
Yeah. But all them people are real people and they keep pushing stuff on the algorithm because they get paid for every engagement, every single like, every single comment. Yes. Every single comment. You thought Twitter was bad? No, them old fucking people on Facebook then figured out you can monetize on Facebook. That's why they keep all that shit. There's a lady by the name of I can't say her name, but she got a little account by the name of Me My Politics here in Ohio, and she swears she's a queen maker in politics. Nope, she a grifter. She used to be a chair party, and now all she do is go in there and she shovels her shit to people and pretend that she's some hero, and then she peddles all her coffee cups and like I made my politics and all this other ignorant
merch. Buy my merch. and
this is where I differ from everybody else. ChatGPT, people like to use it in a way that is real stupid. I don't. I like to like talk to chat like an intelligent person.
Yeah.
I go, chat, I noticed that the Democrats are running inferior candidates right now for their party. What if they ran a combat vet that runs a free daycare / summer camp that's won awards from multiple presidents, and this person has multiple degrees and right down the middle, like nonpartisan.
In a red state where Democrats can't really win, you know.
Yeah, but like here's where it get interesting, right? So I love like when people bring up red versus blue, right?
Yeah.
How many registered voters do you think there are in the state of Ohio?
Ooh, I'm gonna say what? Fuck, I'm gonna be way off here. I'm gonna say 2.5 million.
Okay, out of the entire state of Ohio, there are 8.5 million registered voters. There are 8 to 9ish million residents in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna do a little magic trick.
All right.
Out of the 8.5 million registered voters, how many of them do you think are Republican?
Okay, that one I'm gonna say the 2.5 million.
Okay. As of 2025, what's it, November?
Yeah.
There are 1.6 million registered Republicans in the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
How many registered Democrats do you think there in the state of Ohio?
1.2.
As of November 2025, there are only 800,000 registered Democrats in the entire state of Ohio.
That was my first guess, but I thought it was going to be a lot lower. So
now
you still got like 6 million independents.
5.8
yeah,
unaffiliated voters. Ohio, not a red state and not a blue state. It is Ohio, much like every other state in these United States of America. Unaffiliated voters are the ones that truly govern America. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who decide the elections. It's not Democrat partisans. It's not Republican partisans. It is truly independents. The person that goes, dude, I don't vote every year. I vote on the midterms and then the general. Them people are the ones that decide the elections. Mm-hmm. And you know what Democrats are doing to them? They're calling them people stupid. They're calling
Nazis.
Them
people,
yeah. They're like, well, I don't know why they just don't educate themselves on the issues. And I'm like, dude, you don't educate yourself on the issues.
Yeah.
You just hop on TikTok and look at somebody's feed and go, I know everything.
Yeah. Well, that and that guy in Ohio that, like you said, votes once, maybe twice every 4 years. He's working 2 jobs. He can't afford to educate himself on all these issues.
That dude who votes once, twice, every 4 years also is a federal employee who's been furloughed for the last month and who knows better, who knows that Democrats, the ones that are screaming all this stupid nonsense about health insurance and whatnot, go, dude, that's great, but I'm not getting paid. My lights need to be turned on and my kids need to eat.
Yep. He's driving Uber Eats or maxing credit cards out.
I have had people that have high-ranking Democrats that have looked me in the eye and go, that's great. You know, it sucks that your brother and your nephew and your other friends and family members that aren't getting paid right now. But what about these people's healthcare subsidies?
Yeah.
Dead serious. I'm dead serious. And I'm going, dude, you would rather people starve right now than worry about somebody's healthcare subsidies, which is important. It is important. But yet Democrats had the House and Senate and White House back in 2020 all the way to 2022 and did nothing about this.
Yeah, they kicked the can down the road.
They did. Yeah. And it got implemented in 2021. And they knew this was going to expire. And they did nothing about this. All they did was they kept saying, hey, Donald Trump's evil. Donald Trump the democracy. Now, oh, shit, your healthcare subsidies are about to expire. So maybe we should.
So here's my question on the subsidies. If Trump saw that evil and they knew he was going to run again, why on earth would they put making the subsidies permanent into Trump's hands? Why wouldn't they have just taken care of it back in 2021 when this was initially supposed to expire? Why would they, unless they're trying to use it as a political football, why would they put that type of I mean, that's a serious thing for a lot of people, regardless of how you feel about the subsidies. Why would they put that into Trump's hands, knowing good and well he could very well be back in the White House in a couple of years?
So Democrats never thought they'd lose again. They go, hey, man.
Probably the right answer,
They voted for Biden. They gave Biden the most votes in any presidential election. Yeah. They'll vote for anybody. But these morons don't understand that every election is a new election with new variables. There is an actual equation called the calculus of a voter equation that tells you exactly how a person votes. What I mean by that, not partisans or anything, but they weigh how much an issue is important to somebody versus how cool a candidate is. And honestly, man, when I saw Trump go to a McDonald's and play with fries and stuff, I go,
it was over. It was over.
Funny. I seen him dress up as a truck man. I go, it's only funny if he loses.
Mm-hmm.
I go, I'm seeing something what Harris never did. And Harris going to cry about every excuse in the world. But the fact is that old, frail Joe Biden got 81 million votes and he never left his basement. But yet everybody in the world knows who the fuck Vice President Kamala Harris is, and she couldn't get more than 75. Maybe it's because, it's her.
Yeah, there was a lot of arrogance with that campaign, like refusing to go on the podcast cycle and everything like that. The one she did was that Call Her Daddy show, which, let's be honest, if you're tuning in to Call Her Daddy, you were probably already voting for Kamala Harris. But, they had shows like you saw Donald Trump and Vance. They're both on shows like Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, guys that are, the audience of that, they may lean more to the right, but there's a lot of undecided or just indifferent voters on there that she didn't even bother to reach because she didn't think she needed them.
She, just like Hillary, the hubris of these women are their downfalls. Like,
You said it, not
seriously.
me.
Like, they're humors. Like, seriously, the vaginal humors on both these women are the reason why they lost. Like, they could have went on whatever podcast and done whatever they wanted. They would have still lost because people didn't like them.
I agree. I actually think if she would have went on Rogan, that would have hurt her. Because I think exposing her for 3 hours like that would have been a disaster.
As a fraud. She was a fraud. She's always been a fraud, man. Like, I'm sorry, but she said that she worked at a McDonald's back in 1987. I'm sorry, bro, but I worked at a Dunkin' Donuts in New England back in 2008, and I promise you I could find some fucking body to verify that.
Yep.
You tell me this lady went to fucking Howard and not one person seen her at the fryer later at McDonald's?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, no, I was doing under the table. My first job was under the table work. I was building shelving units for a warehouse because they didn't want to pay someone for health insurance to come in and do it because it was going to be too much of a fucking liability. I still have that guy's number. I could verify that I worked there with like a phone call. You know what I mean? Like,
this lady, like, another problem with the Democrat Party is that the vast majority of the people in the Democrat Party, not only are they college educated, not only are they like Harvard educated, but they're so educated. They're far removed from the average person where if you talk to them about sports, they get uncomfortable.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, yo, what's the Bengals? What's the spread? And they go, spread? Oh, I would never support spread. I go, oh, I'm sorry, Virgin Mary. I'm going to offend you today.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly it. As I mean, and you see like the way that like they've trampled on just American pastimes. Like you see more and more people posting all over social media during the 4th of July about how much they hate America. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, the average guy is not thinking about left versus right. He wants to have a cigar and smoke some meat and blow some shit up and get drunk with his family and friends. He doesn't fucking care. And you're alienating him by calling him a fascist because he wants to tune out of that stuff for a couple of hours.
Bro, my wife is like the man in this relationship. And I don't mean that in like pegging type of shit.
I wasn't gonna go there.
what I mean is that, like, okay, so like we've been together for a minute, right? And like she is a rural Ohio girl who grew up like baling hay and like riding horses and doing like, you know, average like rural woman Ohio shit, right? Mm-hmm. She is so off put by these fucking Democrats. I got invited to go to this 50-51 No Kings protest in Columbus. Mm-hmm. So I'm running for office, and I'm not out there trying to say I hate America or anything. I just wanted people to sign a fucking petition. That's it. The missus, she goes, Rico, I know you really want to get on the ballot, but I think you should stay away from this. I go, why? I go, why? She goes, Rico, it's the 4th of July. Why the fuck would you want to go spend your 4th of July with these miserable people? And the moment she said that, I go, you're right, man. I want to blow some shit up. Mm-hmm. And you know what we did, man? We went out and bought like $1,000 worth of fireworks for Camp Sunshine.
Hell yeah.
And we blew up so much shit. We almost got into a fight with a guy driving by.
That's a net bigger net positive on society than going to the No Kings protest.
Dude, we had such a great time, man. Yeah. My wife made the best fucking barbecue. Yeah. And man, we had the entire neighborhood at our house just blowing shit up. And like we had a kid there. Or no, okay. We had a person there who was like insane lib person, right?
Sure.
Me and my boy, me and my buddy Modu, we were making not R. Kelly jokes. We were making Diddy jokes. Diddy jokes, right? And this dude came from all the way on the other side of the yard. He was like, "Are you guys making Diddy jokes?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm like 3 beers deep and a little high. What are you on right now?" And he's like, "Are you making Diddy jokes with all these kids around here?" I go, "What?" Like, he had to physically be pulled away from, like,
oh my God.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, that's like I was talking about is and that's the thing is people don't like to walk on eggshells around everybody. They don't. And that's the other thing is you see so much resentment, and it's kind of, I call them the HR class. It's kind of what you were talking about. The women with the hibris and everything is people for so long, they were told, hey, we're going to ruin your life and take your job away and ostracize it, isolate you socially if you make jokes that aren't quote unquote corporate approved, even if you're not at work. And there's a ton of resentment for that now. That was the Kamala Harris losing was a rejection of the HR class, because I can't, maybe other than Hillary Clinton, who they ran a couple of years ago, I can't think of anyone who embodies HR more than Kamala Harris.
Her to a T, man. Like, she is everything that everything that you would be like, oh my God, she is. She's the HR lady you see walking. You're like, oh my God, what now?
She's the one that stands up and yells something at the comedian when he's on stage because she felt that he crossed the line and like thinks she's gonna just score these points on him or something. You know what I mean?
Like, for real, this like there is a segment of like, okay, so the Democrat Party at large is not like this. They're really not. The people in charge of the party are the ones that like,
yes.
They're the problem. Seriously, like I read all the time, and I read like the Communist Manifesto, and like, could you apply the Communist Manifesto to like principal monopoly money? Like, no. It wasn't. No, capitalism is king. It always will be king. But if you take the Communist Manifesto and look at it from a societal point of lumping proletariat, or like the Democrat Party, the Democrats elites, the people who dump all the fun, the money, and like the party chairs, they're the ones at the very bottom that are screaming, "We know what we want."
Yeah.
The proletariats, the me and you, the everyday man that just want to chill, watch a little football. Like, I got the game on the back right now, listening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, that's all I want on a Monday. Nope. You know what these people are screaming about? They're screaming about how like Trump is a fascist or something.
Yeah.
On Monday night.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. And, you know, I was talking about earlier, we got trailed off. But there was that folk song about it was right around Halloween time. Someone shared it. And the song was all about how, you know, people are putting up Halloween decorations with skeletons and all this shit. And meanwhile, there's actual wars and genocides going on in other countries. And the whole point of the song, it was like 4 minutes, was basically just to shame people for putting up Halloween decorations and making light of what's a serious situation for someone else halfway across the world. And I came on here and I'm like, you guys don't get, that's why people hate you. That's why people hate you. Like the Halloween decoration guy that puts up the $800 design out in his front yard, that's the vote you need to win.
Yeah.
You got to win the Halloween guy.
They were like, Democrats were screaming during Halloween to only give out union approved candy.
What?
Yeah,
what is a union approved candy?
It was some weird shit. It was like all the nastiest fucking candy you could think of.
Gross.
Like candy corn and like mounds with raisins. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
So full disclosure, I actually like candy corn. I grew up eating it when I was a kid. So
that's fine. No, that's fine. But like the way they're pushing it, man. I'm like,
yeah, I know. It's not my first choice. Put it that way.
Like they were like, yeah, eat black licorice. I was like, black licorice? The fuck? Like, shit's not that bad.
He's 73 years old. The only people who like
that's
black
basically
licorice.
The average age of the party chairs in Ohio for the Democrats.
Yeah. So one of them like wanted you to come talk some shit to his face or something, right?
Yeah. So all right, I'll talk about this dude. I'm not gonna mention his name because he was like, I'll sue you, blah blah blah. All right. So this person is now a party chair in the Democrat Party, but he voted for Trump twice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, man, but like, if you want to sell Democrat like policy and stuff on me, I can't hear it coming from a guy who voted for Trump twice.
What caused the change up?
He got kicked out of his party.
What?
Yeah. So like he was like, hey, Trump's fucking us over on these soybeans. And they're like, yeah, he's gonna figure this out. Be quiet. He was like, no. And he was like, all right, got here, loser. And then kicked him out. Yeah, they kicked him straight out. And so like now he goes around and he's like, I'm the president of some like Ohio rural caucus or some bullshit. So this dude, who's one of the dudes to tell me that I don't understand like rural people. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, a little bit about me. I was born in Louisiana. I was born in a town called LeCount that has less than 400 fucking people in it, no stoplights, and half the town speaks French. I'm surrounded by sugar canes. Like, I didn't speak English till I was like 3. Like, that's how fucking rural I am.
Yeah.
And this dude looked me in the eye and go, you don't understand rural politics. I go, oh, dude, I pick cotton, tobacco, and sugar cane. What do you mean I don't understand rural shit?
Yeah.
It is not fun picking like tobacco. It's not.
I've only ever smoked it, so I can't tell you. I appreciate the hard work you did down there, though. So it go from your hand to my mouth.
Yeah, my grandpa, he put me on, like, he worked me like a slave, dude. Like, shout out to my grandpa out in North Carolina.
Hey, everyone's got that one grandpa that was a slave driver. You know what I mean?
This dude had me out there with, like, me and a bunch of Mexicans I didn't know at like 4:00 in the morning, no sunlight, and we're out there like picking tobacco. And I was out there for like 16 hours and I made a measly $20 fucking.
Oh my God.
Dude,
that's lower than like Taiwanese kids get.
Yo, I was like, damn, dude, this dude really gave me the family discount.
Oh my God. That's so cruel. Oh, that's great though. We need to bring child labor back in this country. The children yearn for the mines. But
no, I mean that's why we make them work here at Camp Sunshine. They understand the value of $1.
Perfect. Love it. So he wants you to say it to his face, or what's going on?
Yeah. So like, okay, I would go on this dude, not his dude's Facebook page, but like his public like person, like the professional one, right?
Yeah.
And like he put out a message about Vivek, and like the way they're trying to like stop Vivek is the most stupidest thing I've ever done or ever seen. So these people are trying to invade social media and and flood the zone with their content. So this dude is like, does Vivek know how to handle 280 head of cattle and 400 yards of soybeans?
It's Kamala Harris.
Yeah, man. And like, so I commented on this shit and I'm like, dude, I go, this is an ineffective message.
Yeah.
If you really want farmers to listen to what you have to say, this is ineffective. They don't want nobody yelling at them. They want somebody to meet them halfway on an issue, any issue.
Yeah.
Boy. Oh no, man. And the Agam army came after me. Dude, these people are still lighting up my mentions. Going, you fucking idiot. That's not how this works. Be kind. Fuck that. I'm like, damn.
Be kind. Oh,
yeah.
I remember the be kind days.
Yeah. So my whole thing is like truly be kind. Like, yeah. So my be kind comes from like the Bible. And like, I'm not going to be like, I'm super duper religious, but only to myself.
Sure.
Like my relationship with the dude upstairs is only between me and him.
That's
so I
good.
keep a lot of my religious stuff to myself, but kind of know the Bible backwards and forward.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 Peter 4:8, love can cover a multitude of sin. Love everybody like you love each other, right? That's kind of my whole thing. So I'm never like outwardly mean to anybody on social media because it's easy to be mean.
Yeah.
This dude got tired of me saying this. He got tired of me going, and I quote, he voted for Trump twice. Why are you listening to him?
You used his own actions against him.
Yeah, this dude. Anyway, so there's like 4 or 5 party chairs that have now seen the light, that have come over to the other side because it's beneficial for them. There's like another dude who voted for Trump that got mad at me when I'm like, you voted for Trump. And like, this dude was like, you should go be a Republican. I'm like, you voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Like, you voted for Trump. He's like, I was young and naive, and now I'm an adult. And I go, you voted for Trump. You were over the age of 18.
Right. Yeah. The state said you can go die in a war,
Own it. Speaking of which, shout out to the Marines. Today's their birthday.
Yeah. It's your happy birthday. Yeah. Happy Veterans Day too, man. To all the veterans out there. We're a day late, but
but like these people, they really swear they know what's right. Like, I've been running a very different campaign where I'm just going around talking to people face to face. Seriously. I'm not online, because like, what's that achieve online? Talking to you face to face, going, hey, I understand your issues. You want a governor that's A, balanced, but B, understandable.
Yeah.
I've got like policies and procedures all line up and everything. But what Democrats love more than anything right now, likes, clicks, views, retweets.
Which is the exact problem that the Republicans had a couple of years ago, where it was more about the clout chasing and the influencer culture than it was about actually getting results.
Trump is the best thing that's happened to the Democrat Party, and they keep fucking it up.
He is, on paper, should be the easiest guy to beat.
Not only that, but like James Carville down in my beloved Louisiana said, let them do whatever they want. You're not in charge, Democrats.
Yeah.
Why are y'all running around doing this and doing that? Let the Republicans do what they want. They're in charge. They're the adults. If their policies are not working, the elections of the midterm should be easy. But no. What do? They turned local elections into something that shouldn't have been. Like the Mandani race. They made it something that shouldn't have been. Why are they celebrating a Democrat winning New York?
Yeah. Over another Democrat. Cuomo.
Over Cuomo.
Cuomo. That's what I love. So they said, oh, this is the formula for far left Democrats going forward. I'm like, what's the formula? To run against a disgraced old pervert that tried to genocide old people? Yeah. That's the formula?
They go, this is the winning message, Rico. And I go, yeah, man. And that's why all the Republican farmers have endorsed Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is it's not necessarily like, can Vivek go out and plow seed? No, of course he's not going to. But at the same time, if you ran somebody from a rural area, they're not going to know how to run an accounting firm. You don't need someone that knows how to do all of those things. You need someone that has their skill sets, knows that's their skill set, and they're willing to sit down and surround themselves with people who do know how to do those things. If you're the guy that tries to, whether you're running a company, you're coaching a football team or whatever, if you're the guy that tries to solve all the problems by himself, you're going to fail miserably. Look at how Belichick did those years he didn't have coordinators. They weren't very good.
They weren't. No, you're right. 100% right. Like Democrats, they have never done anything worthy of being on a team or winning a championship. I'm so serious. I've talked to these people. I go around and I talk to the Democrats and I go, my little magic trick I love to do? If you really want to get underneath the politician's skin, go, hey, tell me about your life, but don't talk about politics.
Mm-hmm.
And watch how they freeze up, because it's so hard for somebody who's a politician to talk about something else that's not politics.
Yeah.
Like they freeze up. They don't know what to say. And I've made people want to fight me because they go, you're talking about politics. I didn't ask you about that. Tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me about your character. And that you can't do that. And this is why Mike Johnson and Thune in the Senate are doing what they're doing. They're being the adults in the room. There's a book that I know almost forwards and backwards called The Parliamentary Procedure, which is a book literally written by Thomas Jefferson. That is literally the rule book for the House and Senate.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I keep saying that Democrats have fucked this thing up to the point where they cannot overcorrect. They have done such irreversible damage to the every average everyday man that the midterms are going to be a bloodbath for Democrats. And they're going to go, well, how? They're running bad candidates. They don't have message, and they shut the government down. That's 3 strikes the last time I count.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you read today, but so what they agreed, so they're going to fund the government through January, and then you're going to get EBTs, and SNAP is going to be funded through the end of September of next year. So starting in October, we're going to have this debate about food stamps again.
October?
Yeah, October 26th.
No, sir. Try again.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, you're right. So it's August, September is when the actual debate's going to start.
No. It's going to 31st, January 31st. So what they're doing with this bill, they're doing something different. So the CR, the original CR was to November. I want to say like November 21st before Thanksgiving. That's not going to happen. So they had to amend it, right? So now this CR goes to January 31st. Inside this, Democrats, they get the vote on the ACA subsidies in December. That's one of the negotiating points that Fetterman got for these fucking losers.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, the many omnibus bills that were passed. So that's like legislating, VA, and a couple other fundings. They all taken care of for the rest of the year. We're good until January, because then this fight comes back up. And this is where Trump and the Republicans are going to beat the Democrats, because now you're going to try and shut the government down before primaries.
Yeah.
Or you have to keep the government open during primaries.
Yeah.
Meaning that Chuck Schumer fellow up in New York who keeps hearing AOC hounding at his back, gonna have a bigger issue come next year. I promise you that.
It feels like they're running out of outrage cards to play, because the ICE thing has kind of settled down a little bit. You've got the Israel war, I mean, there's at least progress made on that. I don't think you can honestly trust either side of that conflict to honor it, but there's progress on that. It appears there's progress, albeit slowly, being made in Russia. So it kind of feels like, I mean, the big thing for Trump and Republicans is affordability. Are the interest rates going to come down? Are the prices going to come down? That's what it is. And that's kind of, I mean, I don't want to say out of the government's control, because it's really not. They can certainly do things to fuck it up, but naturally things are going to have to calm down economically. And I feel like 2026, that's going to start to happen. So yeah, I think they're banking on something that's not going to happen.
Yep.
The Democrats.
Yep, they are. Their whole thing is, I'm a victim, and boy, you're running out of reasons to be a victim when everything's great.
Yeah, it's the victim card, the trans thing. They really picked some losing battles for people.
They did. Yes, seriously, man. Trans people make up less than 1% of the population. Gay people make up less than 1% of the population.
Yeah.
Both of those population groups are very important to me. They are. But are they central issues right now when gas is $3.09?
Yeah.
When we're looking at the average house of a home, a brand new home with $400,000, like we can focus on issues. Democrats don't understand people care about financial issues more than they do about these identity issues. They think that because of identity issues carried them in one fucking midterm election, that it's going to happen in every election. It's not. It's just not going to happen like that. It won't happen like that.
Yeah, and I think they really overplayed their hand with the trans card too. I think it went from the average person like myself. If these people want to put a dress on and change the, do whatever, man. That's fine. But when you start forcing men into women's sports and into women's locker rooms and things like that, and it becomes blatantly clear you're forcing it on kids in schools, that's when the average guy takes a step back, goes, whoa, 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 stop. No, this is not what I signed up for here. You're taking this too far.
Fair, but Democrats also do not know how to look at other issues.
Yeah.
Whereas Republicans, they took their beatings in the midterms, and honestly, man, they didn't even take, like, the 2020 election was the 2020 election. It was.
Yeah, that was extreme.
But after that, Republicans made like gains. They took the House back in the midterms, not by a lot, but they took it back.
Yep.
And then they took the White House and the Senate back. Everybody keeps saying, oh, there's a pendulum. I go, no, man. Every election's a new election. There are new voters that come along. The giant disconnect with the Democrat Party and the average voter is that the elitists in societies are running the Democrat parties. I can't speak to what happens on the Republican side, but I keep seeing the Republicans winning every time. And it really boils down to their candidates. If you present the world with an even-headed candidate, they'll vote for him. Seriously.
Here's what I've noticed in the Republican Party, and I keep full disclosure, I've never run for office. I am a member of a party, but I'm not on the board or anything like that. The top brass of the Republican Party is far more accepting of someone like me, whom they wouldn't have been 20 years ago. I call our little movement over here, we call it the dirtbag right, because there was the dirtbag left, is tattoos and cursing and stuff like that. I make up kind of that Kid Rock wing of the Republican Party. We're not exactly nice. We don't come from a bunch of money or anything like that, and we're in your face about it, right? And we're salt of the earth people. And 20 years ago, the Mitt Romney country club Republicans, never in a million years would they have accepted me. I mean, I was sitting down a couple months ago at a breakfast talking to the lieutenant governor. Things have changed. The party brass, the button down. I think they still keep someone like me at a little bit arm's length, but nowhere near where it would have been, to where it's like you were talking about, like we have to keep these people who aren't on board away from it. The other thing I will say that has been very surprising to me is the gays make the Republican Party tick. They absolutely do. What's that guy out? Scott Pressler, perfect example of it. There's a whole dude, the gayest guy you'll ever see, right? Handed Trump, Pennsylvania. But the Republican, they truly do. Behind the scenes, I have never, that's what they always talk about, like the grinder shit spikes when Republican conventions come on. That's not because these guys are in the closet. There are a whole bunch of openly, obviously gay, effeminate men behind the scenes that are running these campaigns for the Republican Party. And they have their opinions on those social issues or whatever, but they fucking hate the Democrats, and they'll they'll run these campaigns. And that's what I've noticed there is they make it tick. That's the lifeblood behind the scenes. Inside baseball for some of you out there that didn't know that.
The Republicans are better disciplined.
Yes.
When it comes to going out and engaging voters.
Absolutely.
Now, me being a little social scientist, I go out, I like talking to people, engaging with them and seeing them talk about politics and out in the public. So like when Brendan Moreno was running around, I was running around with him. Like during 2024, I was with almost all the campaigns, just running around, just learning and actually running a campaign.
Yeah.
But like what I kept seeing was voters, they would go and talk to people.
Yeah.
Whereas Democrats wouldn't. They would not go talk to people. They assumed that because Trump was running in that all the people were going to vote the way they did when Biden was up on the ballot. And I go, no, they're not. Biden's not on the ballot no more. It's Harris. And people don't like Harris because she's just Black Hillary. And like, if you didn't like Hillary, you definitely not going to like Black Hillary.
That's another big thing to me was it seems like there's a real disconnect in perspective. Like we all understand people have different beliefs than us, but we can't understand that people have different perspective, that they view it from a different angle. And that's why when you saw people like all these people making severing ties after the election back last November, because in their mind, Donald Trump was a fascist Nazi and anyone who voted for him must have been one by extension. But what they don't realize is those people that voted for him don't see him as the fascist Nazi that you do. And that's why they voted for him. They didn't vote for him to hurt you. They vote for him because they look at things from a different perspective. Like I didn't vote for Kamala Harris. I thought her economic policies were bad, and I thought that her foreign policy was antagonistic with Russia. With that said, I don't think that you went out and voted for Kamala Harris because you just wanted to blow the world up. You know what I mean? Like that's no, the difference.
Like, it wasn't. I don't hate Trump. Like I don't hate Trump, right? But I thought he was too volatile to be president. Mm-hmm. Now that he's president, I go, he's president.
Yeah.
And hey, I don't hate the man. I don't hate him. And it never like Harris. I did not like her. I never liked her. Like at the moment, you were one of the first people to, hey man, how do you feel about her? I was like, I don't like this lady. Like I don't, and I never have. But me being a dude that I am, I was in politics. I go, she should win. She should win. But you know what I learned that night is I learned that elections matter, but what matters more is the candidate's quality and content. Like you cannot. Andy Bashir gonna beat JD Vance. Like I know this is 2028. This is what's gonna really shake up. It's gonna be JD Vance versus Andy Bashir.
You don't think it'll be Newsom?
No.
He's a slime ball.
No, I got a new term for you. He's what we call a wokeocrat.
Yeah.
Like he's a wokeocrat, and people don't want that.
I think
Democrats.
Honestly, I think Newsom stands for less than nothing. I think if Newsom lived in Arkansas, he'd be the most far-right MAGA guy you've ever seen.
I think he's in it for himself. I do. I really think he's in it for himself. But I also think so is like Bernie Sanders, AOC, Chuck Schumer. There's a lot of people in it for themselves. But when I look at Andy Bashir, I met this man. I sat down and talked to him. And he's another person that was like, you should really get into politics, Rico. Mm-hmm. So I had Andy Bashir and Mike DeWine were at UC doing this whole presentation about working across party lines.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, I went up and they were like, hey, Rico's a vet. You won't come over and talk to him. So I sat there and talked for like 5 minutes. And it was like, yeah, you should definitely be in politics. What's the problem? I go, yeah, the partisans in politics. Yeah. That's truly the problem in politics is that you have someone that can be so nice, so kind, and can compassionate, comparing, be super educated and all these great things. And Democrat go, yeah, that's great. You're all these things, but I don't know who you are because you don't have any likes.
It's a litmus test. Yeah.
And this is this is the state of the Democrat Party. How many likes and clicks you can get?
There have been cracks in that foundation for a while. I remember I first started to see them in 2017 because that was 2017. If you think back, everyone said the Republicans had a purity test on different issues like that. And maybe they did to a degree. But we had a really tightly contested mayoral race in Omaha, which is actually more Democrats than Republicans, is what people don't realize. And our incumbent, Jean Stothert, she was a Republican. And she ran against a guy who was a state senator named Heath Mello, who was a Democrat. Heath Mello actually stood a really good chance at beating her with the early poll numbers. People were upset about some project, myself included, were upset about some projects she was pushing that were rather unpopular. And then it came out that Heath Mello, despite being a Democrat on most other issues, was pro-life. And immediately, all of the national Democrats, even though, by the way, the mayor has no say in abortion, right?
Right.
The mayor has nothing to do with abortion.
Right, man.
All of the national Democrat movements pulled their money and support away from him overnight. Gone. Left him out to dry. He got killed.
That thing right there. You said it right there. It's the money.
Yep.
Democrats, they have buku's amounts of money, right?
Yeah.
But like Joe Biden, right? Would Joe Biden beat Donald Trump?
What's that?
I don't know. And I'm going to say that because nobody ever will. Because Democrats decided to pull their money away from him. No, not just him, but all other Democrats, the George Clooney's and all them. They decided to go, if we don't get Harris, we're not going to give you any money. And that's why Joe Biden had to step down.
That's actually a really good point, because Biden, his lowest moment was probably going to be that debate. That was he hit his bottom in what, May or June?
Yep.
And people knew who Biden was. What Biden was going to do was do the exact same strategy he did in 2020, which was shut up and give Trump the rope to hang himself. But when he dropped out, you have Kamala Harris, who people really don't know and they're unsure of. So they had to try and go out and sell her to people in a short period of time. And the more she got exposed to the media, the more people realized just how unlikable she was. And that crippled her. You got a point. I don't know if Biden would have beat Trump, but I do agree that he would have had a better chance.
He would have had a damn, you know why? Because like that joke I always say about Hitler, Hitler is the most bravest man on earth because he was the one who killed Hitler. Like Joe Biden was the only motherfucker on this planet to beat Donald Trump in an election. And yet you pull him, that's like pulling Tom Brady when it's 28-3 to put in Jimmy fucking Garoppolo. Everybody knows who the fuck Jimmy Garoppolo is, and everybody knows that bum sucks. But yet, that's what the Democrats did. They went with Jimmy Garoppolo, and I go, wait, Jimmy Garoppolo ain't never won shit.
Yeah. You're pulling him out of. Well, Scott Frost just did that with UCF. Took his starter out and threw a pick on the last drive of the game. Good times. Glad that's not our problem anymore.
Made me so much money.
I know.
I mean, I gotta bounce.
Me too. You piece it out?
Yeah, man.
All right, man. It was good. Anywhere people can find you or donate money or what?
No, you just see me. Like, I'm running an old school fashion campaign just like Abraham Lincoln.
There you go. Hopefully it ends better for you. See you later, man. Thanks.
Hey,
Appreciate you. All right, that was Rico St. Cloud. He's running as a Democrat in Ohio for lieutenant governor out there, and he's doing it the old school way. The guys are saying we don't agree on everything. We're not members of the same party, but people who don't agree can come together and have a conversation. You see how that works? You see, we can still be civil. You see, nobody called anybody a fascist or a communist or shot each other. Isn't it crazy how that works? No one claimed to be the Messiah.
I'm the Messiah.
No one did any of that. Crazy how that works. I still think I told him in private conversation, I think he should run as a Republican, as a populist Republican, as that's become the more big tent party. The Democrats clearly have the purity test where you have to check every single box on every single issue or they're not going to support you. In fact, some of them might just outright ostracize you publicly. Whereas the Republicans, look at the coalition Trump's built. You've got Donald Trump, of course, but underneath him, you've got J.D. Vance, you've got Ron Paul, Elon Musk, you've got Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard. You've got Republicans, independents, libertarians, Democrats. All over the map, Donald Trump has built this coalition. I think if you're out there listening to this and you're someone who's on the center left and you're thinking, if you're just an average voter, stay independent. Who gives a shit, right? But if you're thinking, I want to get involved in politics, I lean to the left on social issues. I'm in the middle on fiscal and foreign policy issues. But I just feel homeless. But I'd like to get into politics. I think you should be a Republican. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Republican. I'm saying that because that's the only party where you have any chance at having some type of ascension beyond very, very local levels. That would be my recommendation to you. That's what I would tell you guys to do. But don't listen to me. I'm just some fool with a microphone in front of him. I'm just a radio blowhard. You know how it goes, right? You know how it goes. We teased something on Facebook. I might as well talk about it here. We teased something on Facebook about a week ago, where I am looking, because I try to be honest with you guys. I am looking at running, not joking around this time. I'm looking at making a serious run for Douglas County Treasurer here in Nebraska as a Republican. As of right now, you've got 2 Democrats and no Republicans. The Democrat who is likely going to win is Tony Vargas, who ran against Don Bacon a couple election cycles in a row for Congress in NE2, lost both of them. He's looking to just kind of stroll into this cushy 6-figure position as Douglas County Treasurer. I am not one to let that go unchallenged. However, here's my setback on this. If I'm going to do something, I'm not going to do it unless I have a legitimate chance at winning. I've talked to a couple people, and I've been told, hey, you're going to need at least $100,000 to stand a fighting chance. Now, I don't have $100,000 that I can just blow. I can't. My wife would be very, very upset with me if I was doing something like that. So I can't just dump $100,000 of my personal money into a self-funded campaign. So I'm going to be talking to some people. I'm going to see if there's some type of financial backing we can get. I guess you could call it an exploratory committee we formed. We're certainly looking into running. But that's the thing, is what you guys have to realize is if I run, I'm going to do it to win. I'm not just going to do it to make it so that he doesn't go unchallenged. Because that's my thing. He's running for office like that. And Tony Vargas embodies the Democrat machine quite well here in Nebraska. When you go up against the machine, they're going to throw out all the stops at you. They're going to dig up every aspect of my life, past, present, and future, and they're going to throw it in everybody's face. They're going to come after my family. They're going to come after my wife. That's how this works. I'm not going to put all of those... You can do whatever you want with me. I'm a public figure. I'm not going to put all of those people in that type of situation for something I cannot win. So we're going to have to do some research into it. We're going to have to look at how many Republicans versus Democrats are in the county as a whole, how likely are we to reach them, all that good stuff. Fortunately, I've got a lot of connections, so we're going to take it seriously, though. We do have an exploratory committee formed right now. The committee is not very big, but we're calling it that to make it sound official. And hopefully we'll have an announcement by a decision, I should say, by early next year. That's the goal. We got a little bit of time to think about it and see what the appetite is. The other problem, and I'll be totally transparent with you guys. The other problem that we're going to run into here is I think the money's there. The money's there. We can get the money. The question is, do they want to give it to me? Do they want to give it to a candidate that, like Rico was saying about Trump, is maybe a little bit more volatile, hasn't run a single election before, has some baggage to him, and I do. You guys have heard 90% of my baggage on the air if you've been listening. And hasn't proven himself to be a winner in electoral politics. And I would totally understand those setbacks. I think my advantage, though, like we were talking about, is politics, specifically from the millennials and Gen Z in politics, are overrun with theater kids. I think that's a big issue, is that theater kids have taken over the political scene in this country. And I'm not that. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a theater kid. I never acted in a play. I'll sit down and I'll talk to you like a human being. And we'll have a conversation, and it'll be raw, and I might come off as rough around the edges. But you're going to leave that conversation saying that guy didn't rehearse shit, maybe to a fault. But, so we're looking into it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I wish I had more I could tell you, but we did tease it, and I wanted to give you guys an update as to where that would go. The show would go nowhere if we did win. I would sit in the treasurer's office and do a daily episode of That's Based. Because I'd be a government employee who didn't have anything better to do. Right? Anyway, that's been our show. Like I said, you'll get an update on what my decision is early next year. That's been our show. We will see you guys on Saturday for the big show. We're going to talk. Hopefully, this shutdown will be over by then. All kinds of good stuff. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse, and stay based.